All right, it has been about a month or so since Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice is open, and so we have opened it up again for enrollment. For those of you who are interested in the course, if you are unfamiliar with this, if you're new, we've had a little increase in subscribers. I also not just do this internet thing, I have courses offered through Teachable that largely revolve around the realm of finance, investing, economics, and stuff like that. There's a little philosophy in there, but the courses are mainly financial. And there is no reason for you to even begin your financial planning if you cannot get your spending under control. If you're spending more than you make, which that's a hard question to answer or measure, but it's around 50% of adult Americans. I don't say 50% because it's right in the middle. I think it's around 1 in 2 Americans spend more than yes, technically the existence of debt means more people that can spend than they make, um, but living paycheck to paycheck, even people making $200,000, it's like a third of them live paycheck to paycheck. And anyway, since finances are very important, I don't know if you want to retire or eat cat food and live in a government financed nursing home or Section 8 when you can't work and you're physically disabled as you're very old. But I don't. And that's why the flagship product I offer through Teachable is called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. And the goal there is to quite literally kick your ass and slapping you across the face metaphorically. Like, wake up! Because spending is an addiction, and like any other addiction, there will be bad consequences if you don't get it under control and has to be treated as such. And so the course Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice is not, gee willikers, shuck howdy, just spend less than you make. That's not it. If it was that simple, I could charge $450 for it. And a lot of people are just like, oh, just spend less than you make. Not if okay. Just eat less and exercise more. Oh, okay. It is a little bit more difficult. It is a little more complex and subconscious and psychological. So that's what that course aims to do is snap you the fuck out of it. And not just yell and berate you, that won't do any good. It yells and berates, but what it also does is it tries to explain to you why most people are addicted to spending and give you something that is more powerful and a better incentive than to spend because a lot of people spend because they got nothing else going on in their lives, and that's kind of sad. This kind it addresses that. The main reason that you spend more than you make is because it's part of human nature. That's how we survived in the past. Is you didn't know where your next meal was coming from, so consume, 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 consume. And whereas in times past that applied to food, and you can see dogs today, they'll eat until they throw up. Because the dogs, they don't know what is minimalism. Hey Rover, have you ever thought about why we eat all the food until we puke our guts out? Humans are the same thing because you didn't know where your next meal was coming from for most of human existence. That's hardwired into your genetics. And because that same psychology, just consume, 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 you don't know where it's at, that also then applies to your finances. And so this course aims to not only identify that, which I just did, but also explain to you why that's irrational, but they give you something better where it's like, do this instead. So you have a stronger incentive and reason not to spend money and save it by pursuing something more important and better. And so that's kind of an overview of the class. I know that's long and meandering, but that's the course. It is $450 plus tax. Plus tax. Don't forget the tax. We gotta pay your taxes, and I didn't vote for higher taxes. I don't know about you. But it's $450 plus tax, and it's going to vary depending on the state you're in. But anywhere, be expected to pay 500 to 520. I see. I like. Is it Europe? Man, you guys are paying like 620. Oh, you guys love your taxes so much. So it is expensive, and it's expensive for a couple reasons. One, I'm greedy, and I want to maximize my profits. I make no secret about that. But more importantly, and I didn't believe it when I was talking to Donovan Sharp. He's like, "You need to charge this amount, or I ain't going to listen." So what are you talking about? He's like, if you charge 20, $50, they're not even going to open the course. And I was talking also, Mike Sartain. He said like 84% of the people don't finish a course. I'm like, of course they paid money for it. He's like, they don't know. 84% don't finish. I think depending on the course, it's around a third don't even open it. And so this is why, well, I was gonna say why different consultants, people, they charge you a lot. Well, one because they have obviously a profit motive, but you ain't gonna pay attention unless you got some skin in the game, and that's what they're doing, which works out for everybody, I think. Uh, but it's a weird psychology. Like no one is gonna take it seriously. So if you're serious and you want to get your spending under control, do it. And then here's where here, let me. I've been doing this for years now. Here's where $500 on a course on minimalism, and I said, $800 a month on a car payment you don't own. $500 for a textbook for a college degree you ain't gonna use. 120,000. Y'all piss away so much money on stupid shit. Why not give me a shot? Why not give this course a shot? Why not give yourself a shot? I think you pay attention, don't you? Plop down on average 500 smackaroos. I think you might give it a good go. I think you might cut up some credit cards by then. So it's linked below, Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. I have it linked in the description below. If you're like me and you're like, where is this? Where's the drop down? Why does YouTube make this so difficult? Why can't I find it? You could just search Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice Teachable. That should land you there. And just so you know, couple things. You'll have to sign up for Teachable. I apologize. I don't like having username and passwords myself. I really don't like it, but that's the only way you can enroll. Now, the thing is, once you set up a Teachable account, I'm not the only one teaching courses. You can now take all the other different courses that all the other different people are offering on Teachable. But my school, they make you name your school. So if you're offering cooking courses, it's Celia's Cooking, or mechanics, Mike's auto mechanics. I call mine humbly so, the Clary School of Economic Philosophy. And you have to have the A go down at the end because it makes it very dramatic. So you enroll in, well, you could just sign up directly with the link below, and then in paying for the course, you'll automatically subscribe. But then you can take other courses. Teachable has a lot, thousands of different courses. So, and there you go. It is open for enrollment. Enrollment, meaning you have 4 days, the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Well, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I forget the date. 4.5 days. It will close on the very last second of May 12th. You will not be able to enroll on the 13th, but you will have 45 days to complete the course. And that's not going to be impossible. It's I believe a 6-hour course. It's not days upon days. And that's it. That's it. Hope to see you in class. There we go. We got some super chats. Dre, $2 per cappy. Why spend money to learn how to save money? It really one of these days I'll go into it more. There's actual research on it. It's a fascinating, but I think it was Young said nobody learns anything or pays attention unless there's pain, or nobody values something unless there's pain or a price to be paid. And that's the short version of it. But I have had it where I've had courses that are, well, I got my cheapest course is how to stop being lazy. And you can see what percentage of the people, it's like, I'm doing better. Like 64% of people are actually taking the course and finishing it. But then again, it's only an hour long. So I mean, come on, you can't finish an hour long course. But yeah, people, they don't pay attention. No one pays attention. Not unless there's like pain. You need pain. This is why I don't do nice guy consulting. Nice guy consulting doesn't work. That's why I call it asshole consulting. People pay the fuck attention. And I got the receipts to show for it now. I got people, asshole consultants 10 years old. I'm getting emails from what were young people back in the day, high school, early college, and now they're late 20s, some even their early 30s. And hey, Cappy, just want to let you know, I engineer and I got promoted and I'm making six figures and this and that. And I'm getting married. Like, well, look at that. All right. If I wasn't nice to these people, nice never works. Nice is nice. Nice. Oh, let me give you money. Yeah, let me point out some T trade. Trade. Let me. You want the answer? Let me give the answer. Do you want to know what happens when you just give people money and you're nice to them all the time? The welfare state, welfare people, are they successful? It's like you got to be hard, not mean, but you got to be hard on people. You got to make them pay a price. You got to make them suffer. When you treat them all nice and bubbly, and here's your ABT, and here's your TANs, and here's your Section 8. Geez, I can't imagine why you have generations of poverty. Like, the irony is you give these people free money, yet they're poor. You're like, why? How come that doesn't work? Because people do not respond to kindness. They don't respond to charity. They only respond to pain and threats of violence. It's true. It's true. You ever reason or get a kid to do something without a threat of punishment? Oh, I see, Father. I should make my bed. All right. If you don't make your bed, you don't get no ice cream. Nonstop trade, $2 promo codes, too ahead of his time. Hashtag proud Carlson alumni. No, that's not me. Ken, he's got a buck. Thanks, Ken. All right, there you go. All right. See you guys later. It's linked below. Toodles.